Tape is rolling, boys and girls.
Oh, fuck.
Bebop yon.
Oh, she still has her clothes on, so.
Quiet on the set, boys and girls.
What? Is that time?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Scroda.
You're welcome.
Boobs.
You're killing me, Smalls.
$5.
What happened there?
I didn't do it.
And greetings, everybody.
Hey, boy.
Two.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Trader just stopped. What happened?
Wait.
Tried to
I
play
was
again.
good.
Self-explanatory to me.
I was getting into it too.
Insert intro here. And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. I just had a Pelican error because my internet connection just died. On me.
That's
Welcome.
what happened.
Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news from right here inside Shroud of the Avatar 5 days a week for your listening and viewing pleasure. How's everybody doing today out there? It is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2017. It's Whacked Out Wednesday here inside Shroud of the Avatar. And, of course, things are getting wacky here on the set right from the get-go.
Well, yeah, that's mostly because Soapbox is going to be pulled out today, and it's going to be one of those days.
Soapbox Wednesday.
Yeah. I think something's going to happen today, and
something is going to happen today.
Something's going to be discussed. I can't sit here and stare at this drummer girl for too long, or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
I haven't had a
Go
chance to
blind.
peek at that yet.
Yeah.
That's why the camera's the top half.
That's why the camera's what?
The top half.
So, Skirta,
Never
may I have
mind.
my seat again? May I have my
back.
seat back?
Damn bards, I tell you. Taking over the world they are. Taking over the world the bards are.
Well, we do have a couple twins on set with Gix and Katrina. They're both
playing
wearing
twinsies today? Yes, they are.
They're playing twinsies. Yes.
You can differentiate them by the wings, though.
Oh, that and the height.
Yeah, that too is.
Purple name.
I thought I was going to enjoy the bone armor as much as I enjoyed it in the other game, but it's just not the same.
Well, you can't run around wearing your cloak over it and just pretend that you're dead the entire time. Next you're going to be like asking, "Hey, where's my troll helm?" Or not my. Was it troll? Wait, what kind of helm was it that everybody wore?
Idea.
The bone helm.
And you want the cloak too, so don't go there.
Yeah, yes. I want the robes to always be worn, and especially the death robe. So that way, it was an orc. Yes, the orc helm.
The orc
Thank you,
helm.
List.
Yes.
See, List knew what I was talking about. For your typical noob gear in UO or your PK gear. It all depends. how did you want to do it?
Okay, that's interesting, Sater.
So,
You sure it's not a raid?
Maybe they're looking for the emails.
Well, you never know. Are they on
More
sale?
emails.
something. Oh man.
Comey's in there, is he?
Yeah, no, I just don't enjoy boning as much in my old age there, Rusty.
Well, he it's the boning bonus for Laz is by himself though. I mean, so partners are not necessary for that boning
That's
experience.
right. You do not need a partner for that experience. And you only need to be so tall.
Nope.
All right, where are we starting today? We're going to go right into the hottest burning topic out there in the world right
Well,
now.
I can't even get real drugs here.
Or are we
mean
going
chlamydia?
to...
We're going to do the normal thing just to throw people off,
Just
and
to
then
throw people off, we're going to do what we normally do? Is that what it is?
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
I can dig
because,
that.
Hey! Sorry, Charlie.
Sorry,
because
You're
because we can. So we do have yesterday's stand-up corner. Remember, today is May 3rd,
The turd.
unless you're watching it.
May
Unless
the
you're watching
turd
this in
be with
repeats,
you.
and then we have no idea what day it is. Okay, so yesterday's stand-up corner. Don't forget, May the 4th will be with you. Is tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna be doing all kinds of force joke, bad puns. So
Yeah, like
yesterday,
the one they start off with.
Tuesday, May 2nd.
Bad pun.
Bad puns.
Yeah, bad
I love bad puns. Bad puns are awesome. I mean, they're all puns are awesome. Just the worse the pun is, the better it is. Okay, so over in the art department,
It was called a shin assist.
hey, shit assist.
Shit assist.
Okay, so over in the art department, Bob the Builder.
Cult of Bob.
He's working on the crafting chest decorations and some Chesterfield furniture.
Oh, yeah. Some classic Chesterfield.
Hey, my mother used to smoke Chesterfields.
Not that kind of Chesterfield.
Okay, something. Fletcher
Let's lives.
working on bugs
Bug.
and the flaming scimitar.
Flaming scimitar.
Can we also get a flaming?
Hey,
Can we also get a
that's
flaming
right.
bush? The almighty Gix Vargach, Matt
With the bone armor.
is letting the air out of the Kabbalist attack animations. Then Reed, he's working on the fire elemental statue and heavy armor decorations bugs
Bug.
and bugs. Over in design, Beezus
The bees.
working on bugs and
Bug.
telethon weapons. Seawolf.
Sea wolf.
He's working on High Veil's upskirt traps and
The
visual
upskirt.
effects. I wonder what those traps are going to be like. Are they going to be like lots of crabs, or what other kinds of oozing sores?
Well, we've seen.
It's a trap.
Have you seen the
a
video
trap.
of the lion trap yet?
It's a trap. No.
Lion trap's a nasty sucker, man. It's classically built, classically concealed, and that sucker looks like it's gonna hurt.
So is this like all the other traps that you just run into?
No,
Because
do
you
you,
can't
do you
tell the
know what
color
a lion
difference?
trap is?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
No,
well,
but I
it's-
know
One
what
where
a
it goes
tiger-
there and tells you lies.
or
over
tiger
and over and
trap,
over.
however you want to call it. Tiger trap, lion trap, same difference, same shit. Cheetah trap.
Your basic pit trap.
That's right. Thank you. A pit trap. Thank you.
Some spikes at the bottom. I mean, it's
Yes.
like what are you
Wood-
talking?
wooden spikes
Never
at the
heard of
bottom.
these things before.
Well,
Never heard
They're
of them before.
going to be a reality around here.
We have traps. Damien
Damien.
Working on Solace Bridge tutorial updates.
The new guy with all the experience.
Remember, not some new guy, because he was only in FG for a day.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah. Dan the man.
Dan, the man. Brendan.
Working on bugs
Bug.
and player towns and signposts. Sorcerer Steve.
Signpost says.
Working on the Blood River outskirts.
Woohoo.
Our own energy vortex himself, List Rostov, working on the Oracle Colossus.
The Oracle.
Eventually, he'll even
Yes,
plug in her
friend.
tubes. Because you have to plug those tubes way in.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to plug my tubes into that. I might get shocked.
Will be assimilated.
Well, that's half the fun.
What's in those tubes anyway?
And getting a little shock. It's like, yeah, that's good.
Just a wee bit of shock.
Hydraulics? What is that?
So over in tech, Bobby,
Bobby. Little Bobby Thompson.
tracking some crashes in public servers and bugs.
Bug.
Eric, he's discovered some bugs.
Bug.
JY,
JY.
Not to be confused with KY.
he's lubing up the error tracking. The death, or actually wizard smoke. He's been puff past some fonts.
Fonts. Really?
He's trying to make sure that everything is illegible.
Fontalific.
He's going to make sure that the only font that's ever used in the game is Comic Sans, because he wants to make certain people very happy. This is a Comic Sans world.
You would enjoy that, wouldn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's like, why isn't there the Comic Serif? I mean, come on.
I don't know. You see these two over here? These two just having too
You know, I
much
don't
fun.
find that comic very funny. It's not a funny comic.
Wait, what am I supposed to be looking at?
Sitting right next to Scrota.
No, yep, they're synchronized too. Excellent.
Synchronized.
Yeah,
Time
they're
rift.
doing a dance. I know.
In bone armor.
They're making sure that the bones come out.
That's right. There's your favorite pelvic thrust there, Jack.
Hey, I love the hip
Nice.
thrust. Yeah.
I love this
Then
shit,
after
I
that-
tell you.
The Deathbringer, one and only, working on more bugs.
Bug.
And volumetric lighting. And something I've been waiting for a very long time. Unity 5.6.
5.6. I've seen
boy. More
We're going to
bugs.
be getting the Vulcan.
the Vulcan. Yeah, Justin
The Vulcan.
chimed in and says, haven't you guys seen the traps in the new outskirts? Have
Maybe.
not been out to the outskirts long enough to see them out there. I've seen the video. That's all I can say.
I saw you out there yesterday. I waved at you, but you must have been AFK at the time.
Well, I went out to
What?
help somebody. There was a new guy out there, and
You can say hi, huh?
Liz said, hey,
No.
can you help me
See
out?
how he is.
Check this guy out and give him a hand. And I went out there, and then I just stayed out there because there was a bunch of regular players just sitting around the campfire talking shit. So I sat down and joined them for a little while.
So you're doing the normal, you're just hanging out on the lot.
Sitting on his
Yeah,
ass.
just hanging out on the lot, but doing it in the outskirts is basically what I was doing. I was just hanging out in the outskirts. That's right.
The whole world's my map, my lot.
It was,
Burning Toad.
the burn
He's working on build mastering and publishing.
publishing. Yes.
Yeah. Taslow's trying to localize the web.
That's a tough job. Somebody's
It
got to
is.
do it.
It's a lot of work.
Come in,
And then-
Tokyo. Come.
Our useless overhead group and QA. We have the Dippy Bird. I'm waiting for you to-
Everybody's heard about the bird.
He's working on the leads meeting and combat changes.
Combat changes. Oh
So-
my God! No, really?
Never. Yeah.
Is this news?
Yes, this is news. Yes, and localization and Tech Talk. Then
Tech
Gorn,
Talk.
he's working on
Did
Gorn.
Tech Talk go off yesterday? I didn't see it.
Well, I was busy yesterday afternoon. I can't remember what I was doing.
I
I was so busy,
I'm
I
not gonna
have
tell
no
you.
idea what I was doing. Yeah. Gorn playing around in his red Speedo as he works on general business
Business.
and the leads meeting. Barrick trying to figure out how to do some reports and how to plan a live stream and community and spotlight. Hutch working on bugs and leads meeting and developer lighting solutions. See, what he doesn't realize is that the easiest way to light the developers is to turn off all the lights and let just the screen glow and be all the light that they need.
All
You just
the
need more
light
monitors.
they need.
I know.
Character wipes. Yay, Katrina.
Yeah. Attenwood, he was working on forums and sanity testing and regression tests
Boy.
and account rewards.
Find that sanity.
Yeah, Lord British, he was leading a meeting and public speaking. I don't know if you watched the Facebook Live talk that Richard gave at Ubisoft out in Canada.
No, I did notice he was
Well,
up at Ubisoft, but
yeah.
I saw a couple of photos, but I did not actually catch the live broadcast.
Yeah, I watched it and then I took a nap.
What's going on?
Oh, that's what you were doing.
I don't know. Maybe,
Really?
maybe we'll find out.
Maybe.
Chaox was working on patch notes and office administration and bugs
Bug.
and release 42 planning and community.
Community. I love the community.
Serafina working on the QA forums and customer service.
That wonderful customer service like only
And-
Serafina can give.
And player towns. And last but not least, we had the Dark Star working on the weekly update and leads meeting and Jira triage, general business, and
Business.
scheduling. Yes. That's what our devs were working on yesterday. So, you ready for the fun stuff?
No, I'm not.
Chris brought up the fun stuff. I mean, with combat changes.
I know
I mean,
now.
Where
You know,
to
there's
go?
all sorts of stuff going on. Hang on 1 second.
What are we doing?
I'm pulling a jack. I'm sorry.
You're trying to read a text message?
I'm chatting on my phone while we're doing the show. Yeah, I had a good teacher.
Wait. So Justin's texting you and not me?
Yes.
What is this? I feel so unloved.
Well, you know, I've got a girl for that. You know, she takes care of a lot of things for me.
Jack, you give me your phone number. I'll make sure you feel loved.
Hold on.
Oh dear.
And she's listening in while she's on a meeting. She's got an earbud in her ear, you know, secretly tucked away while she's enjoying us while she's in something that could have been an email, I'm sure.
Hold on. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. I have to go
Sure,
text
you're gonna get in
Arius.
trouble in her meeting. You start blowing up her phone now.
SMS. No. I'm going to be texting Arius because he said he'll send me the fun
he
stuff.
will?
But yeah.
Yeah, I had to text Arius the other day
Next.
when he wasn't paying attention to his Discord. It's like, read your
Why would you do
Discord,
that?
dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
But while you're doing that, I'm going to queue up our next little
Yeah,
segment
yep.
here.
Arius should have a little text message right now.
Give it time. Oh, there it goes. Remember, I live in Atlantis right
sodas,
now.
Playable instruments and file formats.
Half my fucking town's underwater, so.
Oh yeah. Well, your KFC
It's Atlantis
is
right
Sodas,
now.
Playable.
Yes, it's once again it has returned to island status.
The real question is, how are you supposed to pull your boat up through the drive-through on that island?
Row your boat.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like they're kind of messaging.
Gently down the stream.
That's why I live up in the hill area. If I am flooded at where I actually live, then the entire state is underwater. So I'm good.
I'm wondering how much longer we can stall before getting to this topic.
What are you talking about? I would never intentionally do something like that. I even saved Arius as a contact, so that way I know who it is. Woo! Yeah.
Arius, you're moving up there in the world, buddy.
I am.
You're right there next to Lord British's number now.
Hey, Lord British's number is there.
I know that.
And last time I texted him was at Sherwood Forest Fair, saying, "Hey, this is where we're at."
So let's talk about the sheet music thing here.
Oh, sheet music, yeah.
Playable
sheet
instruments.
music, ABC.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Blow screwed him up. You're going to blow him up, man.
Yeah, we're really going to talk about that? No, we're going right to combat changes. You know that.
no, we're not. We're talking about
Let's see. Oh, Laz's going to blow up.
Problem!
Somebody's going to blow up.
Hold on. Let's see. Did I type in the name right? No, I did not.
Oh!
I know. It's like
Problem.
copy, play, paste.
Gotta love it when it starts with problem.
What are you talking about? There is no problems around
There
here.
is no problem.
Post major combat. Problem, it says.
What are you talking about? Problem?
And there's a
There's
solution.
no problems. No problems whatsoever.
That's what it says.
Having
man.
internet problem.
Semicolon.
First word of the post. Problem!
Not good.
What?
That's not good.
What post are you talking about?
Time to
Well,
figure
you've
it out.
been
It's
up
a
on
problem.
screen for the last minute waiting for you to
Been
get
a
back
problem
from...
ever since the game started, but no well.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I proposed major combat system change for release 42.
No. It's too late to do that. We can't do that. It's we're too close to release.
No one's ever complained about the deck system
No
before.
one's ever complained about the combat system. It's
Yeah.
such a finely tuned machine out there.
Yeah.
But yes.
Thank
the Lord. I don't know what happened, but somewhere, somehow, somebody got a brain fart, and we are on the verge of a change combat system, folks. And again, there's commentary. I sat yesterday for several hours rereading this post, reading all the commentary, and just 6 pages in, I have not said a single word in this thread.
If you're watching my stream, that picture just got posted.
Oh, what picture?
A picture that Arius sent me.
Yeah.
I don't see it on your screen.
I'll have to go back and watch later.
Wait 30 seconds. Woohoo, it's there. Okay, so thankfully with the new player feedback, Chris opened up that forum post. The new player feedback for the free trial players.
How about
then he turned around. Hey, the reason that he opened up that questionnaire was because of the new player feedback. So one led into the other.
This questionnaire 2 years ago, but anyway. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Zep. Yeah.
Cut it out.
Along with the record.
For the record.
Along with the record.
For the record.
So yes, it is something that we've been harping on for a couple of years, but according to this most recent survey that Chris did, thankfully, 40% of the players hate the deck system.
That's a strong word, man.
Hated it.
40% of the players loathe the deck system, and then more people listed it as their favorite feature than listed it as their least favorite in his last poll.
Nice.
And he can't remove something that was the most commonly named element as their favorite game feature.
Favorite game. Really? That's the favorite game?
Remove the
yeah.
text, put in a
Sounds
checkbox.
biased to me,
I guarantee you would have had a different result.
You're biased in that statement.
There should be no
biased.
reason. Yeah. So
I readily admit
he's
that.
trying. Yeah. So Chris is proposing some changes, because he doesn't really want to get rid of the deck system.
But your best guess is that the real issue for 90% of those people unhappy, 90% of those people unhappy is the random deck system?
Hey, I was going to get there.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make sure we got there.
Oh, okay. So
It's a real number there.
Solution. Enough said.
Now that we identified the problem, we got the solution. What is it, Jack? You gonna read it?
I don't know. I think we lost Jack.
Uh-oh.
I'll be Jack.
He's frozen. He's frozen.
That's
in
what I'm
time.
saying. I think I lost him. I think we lost him in the room. I think we lost
He's
him
gone.
altogether. So that means I get to go off and tell you all about this from Laz's view. I don't know if that's fair to everybody out there. Yep, and we lost him. He's gone. He will be back. Let's go ahead and remove
Read the
this.
solution. Read the
But
solution.
yes, Chris puts this post out yesterday, and so he says that it was his belief that he needs to find a way to make lock combat more compelling and more competitive. I disagree. I don't think combat needs to be more competitive. I'm actually of the school that combat is just, it's too much thought. It's too I shouldn't say too interactive. I'd like to be at the interactive, but I just, I don't have the dexterity to jump all over the keyboard the way they want. I don't have the dexterity to combo glyphs with the mouse the way I would like. So there's been a lot of stuff that's been complained about. And again, a lot of people like it. I've been in several conversations over, the last couple of years on the combat system. And, while opinions differ, people have it for their own reasons. And, I am on the side of the first 40% of people who hate the deck system. And yes, I am in that 90 percentile who hates the randomness of it. And again, Chris proposes a solution here. And the solution is, move lock skills to use a heat system instead of a single hard global cooldown. Each skill has a total cooldown based on the number of available instances that the skill has. Now, as everybody knows, the number of glyphs you have in your deck. If you don't know this, you'll know this now. Number of glyphs in your deck is directly related to your skill level. So at 80 skill level, you have 5 glyphs in your deck system. If you're under 80, it's 4. If you're under 60, I believe it's 3, and so on. I don't know. Are those numbers correct? Has everybody got with me on that?
Per card type, yes.
Yes, okay. So haven't lost everybody on that one yet. So
Almost.
Anyway, total cooldown pool based of number of skills. With 80 skill, you'll have 5. So the pool fills up by the cooldown amount on each use. The more full the pool, the more focused the skill will cost. The cooldown pool still empties out at the rate that will increase based on how full it is. Now this, he says, is the short version. And again, I sort of follow what he wants to do with this and what he's thinking.
So is this another bar? Is that what you think?
It's the bar doesn't go anywhere, which is, ridiculous in my opinion. The bar should we should have, again, we were having this discussion prior. Hold on, there's Jack going. Lost my internet, dude. Power
I keep losing mine.
Just wondering, does that mean another bar, though? Is that what they're talking about, the heat system?
No, your bar will remain. So instead of having my visualization of it is, instead of having 5 different glyphs of the same spell in your bar. So if I'm going to pull up my combat bar here just for a visualization here real quick. When your targets come up here, let me switch over there. When your glyphs come up on screen, like the fire arrow will essentially start charging, is the way I'm getting it. So that instead of having to wait for a second one to stack it, it's stacking pretty much in the same. It's heating up, so that when think of it as one of the timers on a buff. You know how the timers run out and you have to wait for the cooldown to it fill up again? Well, I'm thinking the same type of thing. You'd have a little bar that says it's heating up, and when it's fully heated, you'll be at 5 stacks, basically. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
So instead of cooldown, we'll have heat up?
Well, the idea is that the cooldown is built in. So as the heat up, what happened there? Oops, wrong button. As the heat up climbs, you can continually use the spell as long as it's working its way up, but it's going to penalize you the more you use it during that time if you don't let it cool down. It's like overloading the reactor is basically what it is. The best way I can figure it out at this point. Now, of course, without the alter banter on this, it's going to be hard to go back and forth on it because a one-sided argument on this isn't going to be much fun. Now, I've been the guy who is, for the longest time saying, get rid of the deck system. The deck system is a pain in the ass, and we need something better. Now, we were talking earlier in chat, and of course, all of us were partial to different games. People brought up Warcraft. People brought up UO. People brought up, what was the one you brought up, Spiff?
EverQuest.
EverQuest. There are different people who love different systems across the board. And again, it all comes with the game. Chris points out later on that WoW has 40 some odd buttons or glyphs, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, hotkeys. To start with, but they have a class system, whereas we don't have a class system. Okay, and with the fact that they have a class system, those buttons are built around the class that you pick, and that makes sense for that game. Now, where are you hearing that, Spiff? Are you hearing me cut out in? Are you the only one hearing? Is anybody else hearing me?
Discord, man. It's not just you; it's everything.
No, it's you.
That's you.
It's just you, man.
Reboot. He must be living next to Jack. You're next to go out with the power then. But anyway, is moving right along. Chris has proposed quite a bit, and there's a bit of chatter and banter out there. Of course, it doesn't look like it's going to be open for much discussion, except for the point that, this is what he's outlined, and people are throwing their 2 cents in, but I think he's already got his sights set on what he's looking for. And he seems to have an idea. I can't say I can get on board with it yet. I am not a fan of the deck system by any means. And again, later on in the post, he comments on a comment that Wolftum had made, and he goes, well, in our system, that's just not possible because we have hundreds and possibly hundreds of combinations, which has been my overall complaint. I've had hundreds of combinations. I want hundreds of combinations, but you limit me to a 10-slot bar. And that is the major overall complaint, aside from the randomness that the 90% overall complaints are probably all about.
there are so many issues with the use of combo systems that, you know what, why aren't the combos automatically put into your deck and come up as normal skills?
Well,
Instead
Not
of-
room. There's not enough room in the deck.
That would be neat.
yeah.
But
Low volume too, Jack.
well, I'm on my phone, so deal with it.
Yes. Just
Yeah.
make sure
Right-
you
right
talk
click-
right into the mic so we can hear you. I've got you turned all the way up, so.
Okay. Well, it's my power went out for the second time today, so
So you're going to be
minor
out.
power. Yeah, I am feeling like I live in Florida right now, although I live in Central Texas.
Hey,
So
I have a 3 strike you're out grid, so at least mine's got to go out for a third time before I know I'm out for a long time.
yeah, well, I figured it's like, okay, this is the second time in an hour that my power went out, so it's like might as well just hop on my phone and do it this way.
Absolutely.
Um,
So anyway,
Yeah, there are so many problems with the deck system that they have to be addressed, and it's one where I would like to see Chris go ahead and put out his heat system on the QA server, allow everybody access, and provide honest feedback, and propose 2 or 3 different ideas on how to actually make our combat system much more fluid. Because right now it's not intuitive at all. The ability to do the spell weaving for those combos, it's not intuitive. It doesn't make sense. And
well, again,
Yeah.
I don't get. Yeah, I mean, I understand the gist of it, and I understand that, and he wants competitive. You know what? It's a very small PvP percentage who wants that competitive that you want, Chris. I mean, unless you can come out and tell us and show us bigger numbers than what we already see in here, you know, I've got to argue the point, because, you know, from all the feedback we get, and we get feedback from the PvPers, but it's a very minuscule amount, and I'm assuming he's getting the same amount of feedback. I mean, that's just me. And there's commentary again on the post where some of the PvPers come in and even say,
well,
you know, because
Those
they
same
don't
peop-
like the proposed
PvPers.
changes, because it's going to affect them as well. So, of course, it's going to affect everybody. Now, I want to hit on your topic. Do you think that you could convince them to open up the QA to everybody for that testing? Do you think we could do that?
it's a possibility, but it's one where other people would actually have to say, hey, give us a few weeks of testing this new system, provide our feedback. Don't limit it to just Dev Plus, because this is a serious change that's going to affect everybody. And it's one where this would have to be a call made by other people within the community on the forums.
Well, why would we change those rules now?
Because we have to remember, this affects all players,
Well,
and it's
Haven't
is something-
all the stuff that we've had in Dev Plus affected all the players in the last 2+ years of development here?
Yes. 3 plus. Yeah, but it's one where
Hard questions.
you know what? If he wants the feedback, he needs more players. Because if you actually look at the number of people that actually hit up the QA server, you'll find that he needs more feedback from a diverse population. We don't have the stats for the number of people that play on the QA server, but most of the time when I log on to the QA server, I only see a handful of players on the QA server. And
Yeah, I mean,
we need that feedback.
I've been out. I check it. I don't see the people that used to be out there in the old days, and of course, it's a small pool of people again who have that say on the QA. But
Yeah.
Those other people got fed up.
Well, some people got tired. One of the most recent questions I saw on the QA is, "Hey, are we getting rewards anymore? I haven't seen any, but I've been working my butt off."
Oh, not good. That ain't good.
It's like, where's my 5 Kodos?
Yeah, where's my Kodos? Where's my...
Couple more than that. Yeah.
Where's
Oh,
my Kodos?
I've had a lot more conversations with people saying this game is becoming more and more casual unfriendly.
Well, for crafting and a bunch of other skills, it is very unfriendly to the casual gamer.
And now I get a comment from Justin going, at this stage of the game, everyone should have QA access and Dev Plus should go away. Now, not for nothing, I mean, I would tend to agree with that, but I paid for that. And so did hundreds of other people. And paying for that privilege was one of the reasons why I dug in and dug deeper, was to get that QA access. So I really can't support that as much as I would like to.
I would like to see an actual test server be spooled up. So you've got the QA server, a test server, a public test server, and a live server.
Well,
why don't we just use this one as a test server?
Well, see, here was the conundrum, and we delved into this a while back as well. And we actually thought this might be a problem if everybody had access to the QA server. If everybody has access to the QA server, you're going to find that people may wind up playing the QA server and never play the real server because they always want to play with the new toys first. Hence why you can't keep a QA up 24/7. Hence why you don't keep up a test server 24/7 versus your live server. You just don't do it. So I believe that option is out the window. Unless you want to talk about shards. Can we talk about shards, maybe?
Shards? I really want to talk about dexterity issue.
This what issue?
Dexterity issue.
Dex system, new dex system.
Dexterity issues. 32.9% of the general population has dexterity issues, which would be about 40%, give or take. And it's weird that 40% disagreed with the dex system. And I wonder if it's unstacked fairly against people with disabilities or older people in general.
Well, I've been a proponent of that because, I'm one of those people. Now, I may not be disabled as many people that I know and I talk to. I mean, Spiff here, I'm in fucking phenomenal shape compared to my buddy Spiff over here. But, we all have our hooks and our problems with what we can and can't do. I mean, I'm to the point where my mouse is right here on my chair because I can't lean forward and play. I have an extension of my keyboard in my lap, so I don't have to hunch over a desk from my back, my arm, my wrist, aside from other health problems I have. But so, and again, that dexterity, I don't think he was really talking about as physical player dexterity. I mean...
Oh, no, I was. The dex system is very hard for people that have physical dexterity problems.
I agree with that.
I feel like he failed to, and I posted on the forum, and I'm just wanting to make people aware of it so people could chime in, that it is exactly 40%, which is a huge discrepancy. That's like half saying this and half saying that, and the other half just...
I believe that's based only on the text questions. If this had been a checkbox, and do you like or do you dislike, I guarantee the outcome would have been different. Now, I know Chris is in love with his baby. I know this. I know he wants to try and make the best possible combat system he can. But I think he's blinded by the fact that he tends to cater to the PvPers who are not the majority here. And he thinks that most people want this competitive system. I don't see that as the case. And maybe I am the minority of those people affected with physical dexterity problems where I can't be jumping all over a keyboard. I want to have a simple key, and I want to be able to hit it. So when I'm running around, I'm doing WSAD, tab targeting. That's about all I can handle with the left hand. I can't be jumping crazy and doing all this other stuff. And if I am,
Oh, what if you're only one-handed? I mean, this game is almost impossible to play on any level if you're one-handed.
For most people who see what I do, they'll notice that this hand is almost always down at my side. This hand is always on my mouse because I play 90% with the good hand, which was the hand I also broke recently. So, anyway, enough about that. You want to talk about a disability, playing with your bad hand Yeah.
Can I also ask I want to ask a general question here. Do most of you guys use the auto attack system versus the charge up system?
Absolutely. You can't use the charge up system. It'll kill my hand.
Yeah, definitely.
So I really
Carpal
don't
tunnel
have
for
the
sure,
option
man.
to use the charge up system. You understand where that comes in?
Yep.
So giving us competitiveness in that way is not beneficial to me because I can't use it. It disqualifies me right off the frickin' bat. And that pisses a lot of people off. But that's not my issue. I have no issue with that. I can live with that. My issue is randomness. My issue is 10 slots for 100 possible combination. I've got a lot of other issues than the dexterity issues that I have physical limitations on. I'm not worried about my physical limitations as much as I'm worried about focusing my combat on that damn bar when I should be able to just swing my sword and hit what's in the screen in front of me. I just, and I would just like to hit it most of the time. I have a target, and you tell me when I tab on it, and it highlights and tells me it's targeted, I'd be hitting it, but that doesn't happen either. So, aside from it needs a rework, it needs an overhaul, it needs to function. And, a reticle for a sword, I'm sorry, you all know where I stand on that one. So,
what is that thing anyway?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
We haven't even talked about targeting and how borked the targeting system is. And
bork.
Yeah, it helps if you maintain a target, you could hit it.
Well, it would help. Yeah, exactly. If I could target it, I might be able to hit it. But that's that's the topic for tomorrow when we can revisit this topic here because this is going to be a topic probably for the next couple of days as we follow Chris.
Especially as we get more information on the proposed changes and a first look at those proposed changes.
Now, I beg to ask the question, do you have any way to get to Chris's blog and the calendar at this point in time?
Yes.
Do you happen to have either of those in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. So you lost power, but your laptop still has everything on?
No. The power is back on, and if you notice, I'm in Zoom.
Oh, I did not notice that. I can bring you back in then.
Yeah. The man with more than 2 monitors didn't notice I snuck back in.
No, because Zoom is not on one of those monitors during the show. Only you and me are. Zoom is underneath everything because I've got 15 other things on those 5 monitors.
Hey. I only have 2 monitors, and I can never really see anything. Okay, so we'll read Chris's blog for today. You ready for it?
I was gonna say yesterday, but I guess.
Okay, you want to do yesterday. So most of yesterday was me putting on my thinking hat to try and solve some big problems. I think I now have solutions to most of the big problems. Working on when and how to reveal and discuss with players. Spending a lot of time writing up tasks and tech designs before getting started to make sure I didn't miss anything easy. He turned down damage on Stone Hero a bit. He updated the Curvy plugin for an artist. He dealt with some localization issues. He had a long meeting on Rent. Mail. And bulletin board implementation.
Yes. Yes.
And lots of writing trying to nail down the combat change plan. Close. And then he has the link to the combat plan. Read it and weep, hopefully tears of joy.
Read it and weep, players.
Yes. Then that takes us to today's post, where he says that the response to the combat change for Locked has been overwhelmingly positive. This is a fairly easy change for us on our end, which has the other beauty in the design. Spending the morning dealing with random business-related junk, starting off the day with editing a 50-page single-spaced tech doc, meh.
Yeah.
And now a 100-page document. It's called double-spaced. And then he created a task for Wizard Smoke to space out group nameplates more for Release 42 to better handle large number of buffs. And then ...
Movable health bars. Solve problem.
Not just movable health bars, but then also you would want like a dozen other changes as well.
Yeah, well, if we would have got those changes back when we asked for them, we probably wouldn't be in this situation right now, would we?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. About that time, we got to move on. Moving on. We'll revisit this topic tomorrow.
We're going to be talking about these proposed changes to the combat system
for the rest of the
next,
at least,
and then next week and the week after.
And I'll bring it up the next week.
Yeah, and then Release 42 will go live, and we'll be talking about it for a few more days.
Now, of course, let us remind you, as the lovely Wind Silver Moon has just showed you what you can do. If you have a comment, you want to come chime in, all you got to do is go to nbnn.info, use the Discord app there on the page, and come on in, chime on in, tell us what you're feeling, tell us what you're thinking, because she had something on her mind, and she raced right on in here to give us a piece of it. So you can do that, too. Come join us 5 days a week. Right here.
Everybody should do it just because, hey, this is a great place to do it.
Just because you can. Just because you're invited.
Hey, I just thought that since I raced it on my show and found out that after talking to 20 people what the results were, I thought you'd want to do the same on your show. That's all.
Yeah, well, again, I believe those results are skewed only by the fact that there was text input. I believe if that wasn't a text input and those were check boxes, I believe that would be a likely different story. But we'll never know that now.
You're talking about a self-selected survey?
Well, yes. I believe that the...
no bias whatsoever.
Yeah,
no bias.
The questions were biased to get to solicit the answer, sort of like CNN. You know, they only pick the best... yeah, I'll call them out.
Yeah, so maybe what really should happen is that maybe a certain news organization should run a poll and see if they get the same results.
No, that would get locked in a matter of minutes, and it would be biased in our favor. I got to be honest about that, because I would tend to do the same thing.
Yeah, creating surveys is one of those things that takes a lot of work in order to try to eliminate bias in there, and you're eliminating the majority of the bias just in the semantics that are used. How you describe something will state your bias before you even ask the question.
Yes.
So
yeah. When I read the questionnaire and I saw those two questions, what was your most favorite and what's your least favorite, I knew what those were soliciting. And, I disagree with it off the bat, but I gave my 2 cents and I signed my name. That's right. But they were positioned just for that reason, in my opinion. Anyway, let's see, last comments from... Yes, well, we got the targeting, but again, that's off on the different subject. And yes, the cow is egging us on because we are running short of time today. Drew Peacock, is that at the new... Oh, that's on the radio. I thought it was... Oh, it's on the Gus Ball. That's why. I thought it was on the Peacock. That's the new Firefly spell on the Gust Ball?
Yes, it is.
Okay. That's right. Moving right along, let's get the calendar. Let's do the condensed version of today's calendar for the boys and girls out there.
And don't forget that you can always join us in Discord, like Laz said, and don't forget the Discord phone app for whenever your power goes out at your house. You can always still stay hanging out with everybody.
And you know where you can find that? On the NBNN app. There's a link direct to us, right in the NBNN
exactly.
app.
Yeah.
That's why you need the NBNN app on your phone.
Absolutely. You need the NBNN app also for the community calendar, which is on nbnn.info. Calendar button will take you right to it.
ML, I fixed it for you. You just never checked, have you?
Well, it would be even better if you just put it inside of a directory /calendar and then it became the index.html. Then we could just say nbnn.info/calendar.
You can do that.
Hey. You're killing me, Smalls.
No, it looks like they're killing us. That's what it looks like.
The meteor showers, they just want to make sure that we've got all the sperms.
They shut us up. That's right.
Yeah.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. Don't forget if you want.
Being repressed.
Help! I'm being held hostage in a fortune cookie factory.
You're oppressing me. Don't forget, it is an aggregate of all the public calendars that we know about. And if you want your calendar added to the NBNN community calendar, you just need to email news@nbnn.info with all of the relevant information linking to your community calendar. And Laz will eventually get it added.
I will.
All the fun pics go to nudes@nbnn.info.
Except for the ones that Jack slides on the screen.
I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't see it. I did. So did a few other people. Before my internet and power went out. It's no fun. Okay, so today, all times on the community calendar are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia Time. Today at noon, 6, and midnight, around the clock, 2 idiots and one very big soapbox.
Just a wee bit.
On lunch with Laz and Jack. Or us.
Lunch with
Gone
us.
from parts of it.
That's right.
Yes. That is on WRFB.
WRFB.
Today at 4 on Avatar's Radio, you can listen to a rebroadcast of The Legion of Myth with Max Liao and Elgarian Dakali. At 6 p.m. on Avatar's Radio, DJ Squirrel is going to be biting through the wires. At 7 p.m., Wayne Klotz,
our own Wayne Klotz,
is going to be streaming the EVL Virtue League PvP tournament. Yay. Tune in early for Wayne Klotz and the awesome commentary that he provides. And at 7 p.m., the EVL Virtue League PvP tournament starts. Don't forget there are 3 tiers for combatants, and only Tier A gets to use those fun rings and necklaces. And you have to elect to join that group. At 7 p.m. on WRFB.
WRFB.
Is the 70s at 7. At 8 p.m., you need to keep that ether amplifier on WRFB.
WRFB. Radio Free Britannia.
Because DJ Eclipse Maiden's taking over the airwaves for Unmedicated Schizophrenia Part Un.
Part Un.
At 8 p.m. in-game, Striker Sparhawks Happy Hour is going to be taking place in the town of
Snug Harbor.
Yes. Our very own Laz is going to be hosting that, and don't forget, free drinks.
Come on out.
You can get virtually drunk on Striker Sparhawk's dime. Yay.
Otherwise known as Spend Sparhawks Gold. Come spend plenty tonight out at Snug Harbor.
That's right. And the final event of the evening is also going to be on WRFB, and that's the Record Room. And that's our community calendar for this May 3rd in Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar. Avatar.
Don't be avatarded.
No, don't be avatarded. Be like Jack.
With the proper PvP
Everybody
penis.
wants to be like Jack.
Yes.
We are all Jack. But meanwhile, we're going to thank our sponsors out there today. All the good folks who help support us day in and day out. Keep the ball rolling over here. Of course, we are short in time today, so we're not going to run through the whole list. I'm just going to let them roll up there on screen as we work our way out of here. Of course, a big shout out, of course, to the marketplace where you can sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related.
And don't forget to check out the newest vendor, Lateralus, his shop, where he's also selling a full Edelman benefactor account with a ton of extras. And it is a ton. It is actually a bargain if you actually go through and you start at
shit ton of
yes.
extras.
Ton of stuff. Go check that out on Shroud Marketplace. It's one of the featured products right now, or you can always click on accounts. Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. And it's actually time for us to get out of here. But before we leave, we do have to thank the most important people around here. And that's you guys.
That's right.
Thank you for watching out on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on Radio Free Britannia. We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys. Otherwise, we'd just be two idiots sitting here doing the same thing.
We are two idiots
with ourselves
doing the same thing, but that's beside the point. People now actually watch us. That's all.
Yes.
And what's wrong with those people?
I don't know.
Yeah. And extra special thanks to everybody that joins us in Discord as well.
Love you guys. Love all of you guys listening, watching, tuning in.
We're just here for the nut butter. Don't worry.
There you go. But meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and roll on out of here for today. Of course, I want to remind you that the topic for the rest of the week is going to be the proposed changes to the combat system. So if you want to chime in, tune in and come join us. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, the latest hijinks and shenanigans, as you can see on screen right here, from right here, live inside Shroud of the Avatar. Have a great day, everybody, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Yay!
Remember Verdonis.
Remember Verdontis. That like remember the Alamo?
My power died. No.